We've always thought of France as a country of wine, food, fashion. Well, now add basketball.
J'ai commencé à regarder Jordan, qui encore Magic Johnson, Reggie Miller et tous les joueurs, voilà, m'ont fait rêver. Après, j'ai commencé à jouer au basket.
I don't like Miami Heat because LeBron James is here. And I don't like LeBron James.
They all look at NBA. They know the player much better sometimes than they know the French players.
I love Knicks.
Knicks?
Knicks. Only Knicks.
Voilà, recontact.
See, the first basketball game ever played in Europe was in Paris in 1893. And then, during World War I, American troops introduced the game to the rest of the continent. By 1921, the first French teams were officially organized. Now, this game pit 7th-ranked Paris-Levallois, in white there, against Le Chorale de Rouen, They'd beaten Paris earlier in the season and took an early lead in this game.
They're going to come into Friday's game knowing that, they can beat us.
Daniel Ewing is one of 4 Americans on the team. He played at Duke and spent 2 seasons with the Los Angeles Clippers.
We're a pretty physical team. We play tough, we play hard, and when we do play like that, we're a tough team to beat.
Ewing's typical of a lot of former NBA players here. See, just as a lot of American baseball players find extended careers in Japan, you find many former NBA players in teams scattered across Europe, Russia, even Israel and Turkey. So, among other things, they're constantly dealing with new languages.
Just keep everything simple. Right, left, the ball.
Aloysius Anagonye is the power forward for Paris. He played basketball at Michigan State, and he's been playing overseas for the last decade.
I've been traveling for a while, so personally I like it. I like the world traveling. I like learning different new things every day. Food, people, places. So I enjoy it. I miss my family. I enjoy it. Of course.
Where are they?
And they're in Detroit, Michigan.
It's not only being separated from their families, but the pay here is not even a fraction of what the average NBA player makes. And contracts, well, they're generally no more than 1 or 2 seasons.
No, middle of the field.
And that means that many players don't get the time to develop as a team. Like the 3 Americans, Ewing, Anagonye, and Brown, they've been with the club for less than a year. But for the European players, it's a great training ground.
If you can play over here, you definitely could play in the NBA. Easily. Yeah, easily.
Elton Brown spent 2 years with the NBA and has been playing abroad for the last 8.
There's a lot of talent over here, especially. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, personally on our team, we have about 2 or 3 kids that's talented enough that can play in the NBA. Just need a little bit of grooming and touching up.
Well, speaking of touching up, they might want to do something about the names of these teams, like Le Chorale de Rouen. It's literally, there's a choir from Rouen.
We don't have tigers, bulls, we have la chorale de Rouen. For young people, a chorale is an old thing.
Right.
It doesn't talk to people.
Maxime Goldbaum covers sports for Le Monde. It's the largest daily paper in France. He says the NBA's mystique for the French can be summed up by one player.
Basketball is become popular with Tony Parker.
Tony Parker. The name may not sound French, and actually his father is American, but Parker grew up in France. He's now the all-star point guard with the San Antonio Spurs, as they're squaring off against the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals.
He succeeded in NBA 20 years ago. Nobody thinks in France that a French player can play in USA.
Today there are 10 French players in the NBA, and for young French fans, the NBA is the Emerald City. Well, even though Paris won this game 72-53, they placed 5th for the season. Disappointing, of course, but not discouraging. Or as the French like to say,
work hard, play hard. No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain, man,